Long day lay low. Oh, I got my space here still. Welcome everybody to Unhinged Entertainment presents. I guess I don't know what you want to call it. Yes, determination. Determined. We are determined. Comicsgate is determined. With all the crap going on, you got Indiegogo shadow banning. Supposedly they're going through some stuff, but we can't hold us back. We're determined. We're powerful. We're strong. Stronger than all. Got a great cat with me today. Great book. Beautiful book. Gorgeous book. Looks great. Jason's broke. He gets paid Friday, and he is backing this on Friday or Saturday, whatever day he remembers. I love this campaign. Been seeing it for a while, and without further ado, and Gilly the Nilly and blah blah blah.
Further gilding the lily,
Gilly
no
the
Lily. I present to you. Yes,
I present to thee.
Yes.
The ZADE Studios. Oh. Now we're going to Bill Cosby. Pudding pop. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
All right. I'm better than you. I at least slept.
Good afternoon. No, I'm drilling it. We're good. I'm planning to sleep after this one. I got a good little get for the next show. So thank you all.
When's the next show?
Tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's a good. It's on the calendar there, but I can't see it.
Dude, I'm horrible about it. I won't write it down or do anything. I'll text Ink Spots or something. Hey, we got a stream on Thursday night, and then I'll ask Frog. I'm like, hey man, do we have a stream coming up? Because I just never write it down. I don't do anything. Right. I just forget. I'm horrible about that stuff.
In high school, they had us take notebook folders for each period, and that was part of your grade. I never did that.
No, man.
Because I was in detention because I drew during class and I drew during detention, so my folders are never organized. I did this because I care this much. I care more about this than I did in high school.
Yeah, dude, tell me about it, man. It's a passion. It's something that we're like. That's why I play that determinate. No one can on this determination one. Because we're determined about it. It's a passion. You can't stop us. Yeah. So what's going on, man? How you doing? My eyes are terrible, as everyone knows. So good. Thank you for stopping in. We got a lot of people streaming right now, but it's okay. We're here to hang out, have fun, and talk comics, talk art, talk inspiration, music, whatever you want to talk about, man. I love it. I love it all. Speaking of which, what made you start this? What made you be like, hey, man, obviously, you just said you were drawing in high school and all that stuff, but what kickstarted those fires? Was it comics? Was it Renaissance art? Was it what really made you want to be like, yes, even as a kid?
Again, I love the question, and I'm glad you've kind of listened in and kind of heard that. Yeah, I've drawn in high school and stuff. This concept, the world building, the very first drawing I did was in high school, and that was my focus through high school because that got a lot of attention. For some reason, there was a passion in me doing that more than doing a life drawing or more than, doing just the assignment. Instead, I found something in my imagination to kind of anchor to. So it became a subject matter. I was a big Star Wars fan back in that time. That was 2005, or hold on, that was when I graduated high school. So around 2000, 2004, 2005, about 2002, is when I had this idea percolating that Star Wars is cool and massive story because they get the writing freedom to just jump planets. The irony is that Hoth is all snowy. Endor is all forest. The variety on one sphere just didn't seem. So then I thought, well, what if they didn't have planets and it was just one big planet that has all these different cultures and technology and stuff, because that's kind of what we experience here. I mean, there's a wonderful kaleidoscope that we have on the planet Earth between animals and cultures, and it's crazy. But there is some sort of primordial substrate law that we all kind of base on, and that's technology. How advanced are we?
Yeah,
what kind of food chain we're in. So I took a lot of inspiration from that stuff and looked at this and said, how can I said one planet, just focus on one planet. As long as I got one planet, I can create pottery. I could create food, recipes. I can go with architecture. because I was drilled through art, not just all the way through high school, but Savannah College of Art and Design. I went there for illustration. My roommates and friends were architecture majors and, you know, industrial design majors, was like furniture and So I've just been exposed to a lot more in that. So this, when I actually started getting serious and cultivating and bringing all this together, there was a lot of development, because that was kind of like what I did for fun. I always drew. So if I didn't have an idea, I drew something from this world. I invented something, you know, I drew something new. And that was the other thing, is I had to take concepts that we recognize and kind of redesign them for fun, because I can't redesign something so alien that you can't tell a story, that you can't relate to it. You know, so there are parameters here. It's like function only, and then aesthetics come with just art design. What looks cool.
Right.
But then what's practical.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of got to fall into both of them, like a lot of different categories, but also it's got to fall into, it's comics, so it's got to fall into fantastical category as well. You got to, like everybody's like, oh, it's got to be grounded in reality. It's like, but no, it's a comic book. You don't want it to be too real, because then you're just like, this is dull. I mean, you want it to be like fantastical and amazing, you know, and just out of this world almost. And like people, dude, I heard somebody. When I was in college, man, like there were people like, oh, this, like, and this is a movie thing, but they're like, oh, and I hate the new Superman movie. He's in space and he can hear people. You can't hear people in space. I'm like, really? You're nitpicking that? A guy can shoot lasers out of his eyeballs, and you're like, oh, I can't hear in space. Like, what is happening?
Why can't he just speak in such a frequency that's superpowered too, that they can hear it in space?
Exactly, dude. So I'm just like whatever. So I mean, like, if you try to ground things too much, you tend to lose a bit. And I understand, like, you know, you get into like, you know, hey, can Reed Richards stretch everything? You know, you get those stupid little jokes, but it's like, you can't nitpick too much. And so you got to make it fantastical, but like you said, practical as well.
That's where I was going with this, is that I do invite a very intelligent, skeptical, like analytical reader. I want those fans too. I want it to be entertaining to everyone else. So I don't try to use overly fancy terms or writing. But as far as like the concepts and the ideas, they do kind of theoretically check out, or at least suspend your disbelief a little bit further. And that's where I'm going for. I want to get you into the fantasy more. I want to trick your brain to go, oh, that makes sense. Oh, that makes sense.
Right.
Oh, okay. And that bridges you deeper and tunnels you deeper into it. Just on a subliminal level.
As long as it makes sense in that world you created, like then it's cool. Like once you like
the
make
laws
something
don't
like,
get broken.
Yeah, exactly. So now this is like a fantasy epic, right? Like you have like is there any, you mentioned technology and stuff. It's a big, vast world. Like, so is this a little sect of this world? So then maybe like in like wait, let me use Earth as an example. So like Ohio is this place. It's all like fantasy and stuff like that. But then if you go to like, you know, England, it's all like sci-fi type stuff because they're more advanced, but they just don't know the other place. Like, does that happen in this world, or are you mainly just focusing on a little square like area?
Very intuitive question, because it actually shepherds me to get to a detail about this I haven't been able to go on very much on. But it's a very early developed planet. So the civilizations that are there that are conscious and developing societies, they've only had a few thousand years that they're aware of. I mean, we have, you know, about 30,000 years, or, you know. Right. So, you know, apparently, you know, by today's, you know, book is about 30,000 years. Well, so, go ahead.
I'm just going to use this as an example because, like, even in today's time, like, there's places that'll see a plane fly and they'll think it's like a deity or a god, and they'll build monuments to it because they've never seen it. But even though we have all those vast years, there's still so much disconnect. So, like that's kind of where I was like, but go ahead. Sorry.
So I kind of wanted this young, I guess, life forms, like an early planet stage with life forms and its ecosystems and all that. I wanted to develop a conflict that was worldwide, that had different cultures and everything everywhere, that was developing or the conflict was between which big influence on the planet was going to win technologically. It was either these crystals that in the world they call Lodins. So these Lodin crystals are, in their understanding, the core of the planet that permeates through the sediments and into the crust, and you see clusters growing, and they're kind of liquefied in the centers, and that liquid has been turned into fuel for these airships and stuff. But just normally, the crystals can be tuned to, and what tuning is meditating on one of these crystals to get your brain waves vibrating in sync with the vibration of that crystal. When that sync happens, it's kind of like quantum entanglement, and when one thing switches, it controls the other. Superpositioning is the other thing with it. So that superpositioning ability is interacting with the theoretical E8 lattice that we have, that we think in theory in quantum physics, it's how matter, coalesces. It's an 8-dimensional object that is 4-dimensionally projected into a 3D object that we see on a 2D screen. So anyway, it's that's one part of the reality, but this this other lattice, which is called the Shaudrea, or they call it that, and they don't even know what it is. This is just my science junk, But that extra lattice is materialized by the vibrations of the Lodin crystals all over the planet. So their vibration creates this consciousness called the Shaudrea. So with that, it's the magic system is pretty cool. I kind of lost track of where I was going with that.
Well, no, dude, like I said, you're sleep deprived, man. So
that's true. That's true.
You're going to start going, and then you're like, where was I?
Yeah. At least I'm self-aware.
Am I even here?
Right. Like, shit, what am I talking about now?
What am I talking about? And so this is what I love. Like, this is a fantasy epic. Like when I saw this, I think Dark Crystal. I think stuff like that, and I love that kind of stuff. But you're talking like a lot of like science and you sound like you're very well read in that department and very knowledgeable in like physics and stuff like that. Now, where does that did you want to integrate that kind of stuff? Did you research? Did you just
it gets me back on topic. I wanted the nerds to be fans of it. So if you're smart and you wanted your disbelief suspended, that's how deep I'm going. Catch up. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean that's dope, man. I mean, like growing up, I even mentioned like you back in the day. I mean, I don't know. I'm 43 right now, but like we would hang out and we would go to like a restaurant. Like we'd go to Denny's. We'd sit there till like 4 a.m, 5 a.m. We would just talk, man. We'd sip coffee, draw, and talk, and we would talk about stuff like like is how big the universe is infinite. Right. So if it's infinite and all that stuff, and like, or is it a hologram universe and all this stuff? Like, are we really
theory?
The simulation theory, all that stuff. We would delve into it and without having to really read much, but it sounds like you're more well read into these subjects and into these matters. Is that just from school, or did you take an interest into that because of this book? You were like,
kind of the same thing you said. I have friends, we love talking that stuff, or at least I do, and we talk, and the world is beautiful and mysterious, every day when you look at it with that kind of wonder. So I'm trying to kind of do that in the same way. Is like, if you're tired of seeing street signs and, skyscrapers and money, grub, and whatever else is going on with nuclear wars. And I mean, I've got something here for escapism. It's a different war, different thing, but an earlier time that we can relate to a little bit. I mean, it's not a metaphor by any means. Like, right. I'm going to take the Tolkien, like the actual real Tolkien stance here. And like, this is just my, fantasy. It's not really influenced by. I'm not trying to plug a message with any of it.
What are you influenced by? Like, what artists really like struck you when you started drawing or painting or doing anything? Like, what really hit you? Like, and kind of like would focus in your influences today, maybe, but also maybe you like left a little. Like, I love like Dali, Salvador Dali, but you don't see any Dali work in my work. You know what I mean? It's just,
right.
Even though I had some of it growing up, I was like, oh, I'm going to be like Dali, and no, but it obviously.
Maybe it's that bravery. He had to do something a little strange or a little risky.
Yeah. And I love that strange stuff, but even Jim Lee, love Jim Lee, and even growing up, I would try to draw like Jim Lee, but now you don't see it at all. So like, what were some of your like influences that really shoehorned you into be like, comics is what I want to do? What like like I said, it could be anywhere from Renaissance to like even comics or commercial art. What hit you?
I do regret to say that my bridge to comics is only a couple of years old.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people look at Amanda B. She recently is into comics, Mrs. Good Stuff. CG is all they know. You know what I mean? So there's nothing wrong with
that. My first exposure to it was when I dungeon mastered, like Roll Master and Dungeons and Dragons games at a comic book store when I was I think I was 12, 13. Mm-hmm. I think I did that till I was 14, but no, I think 12 or 13 was the last time I was over because I just remember riding my bike all the time up there.
So some of your early influences were more like the D&D monster manuals and the compendiums and stuff. Those are dope, man.
Yeah.
Some sick stuff in those monster manuals. Yeah.
Yes, they were. I mean, Roll Master was my big thing because the manuals are a little bit thicker than the D&D. But I loved the system more. And me and my friend, his older brother was a freaking master at it, so he was able to tell us how to simplify the rules where we don't need the books anymore, and we didn't need modules anymore. All we needed was paper and dice. So whenever we hung out, whenever we did anything, it was one-on-one. One of us is sending the other one through the other's imagination and rolls the dice. It was
that's how you know you got a good DM.
Yeah, well, we got used to we called it freestyling. Freestyle, Roll Master is we just had fun doing these little mini games like that. So, of course, the art and all of those old modules and stuff was a big thing. But Da Vinci was what I was focused to because of high school and the art school, or the art focus that my teachers are kind of putting me in. And they I really liked the Monets and the Van Goghs and all that. I really like Impressionism to a point, but the inventionism is like, I'm not doing art to make a pretty picture. I'm doing it to like get these ideas out of my head, like a draftsman. And that's kind of what I do. That's kind of what I'm from. My dad's a carpenter, so he drafts everything before he builds it. So I grew up kind of seeing that too. But yeah, it's, where was I at? College was the big spot where I was like, I'm going to do illustration. I had been drawing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Superman when I was a kid and all that. Yep. And then in high school, it was just, once I figured out I could do just one planet and start drawing everything for it, it was hard to get me unfocused from that. Right. So then when I went to college, it was like, no, this is the way you have to do this art project this way. Teachers found me bending the rules to make stuff that I wanted to make that, again, kind of was about this. So, but I still got good grades and everything. It was no big deal.
Go ahead.
But comics were cool. Like, I did see the art. I did like them and stuff. I just wanted to do art like that. But from what I heard and the stuff I was hearing is like these masters take forever to be that good, So I just thought work, draw, nonstop, and I'll eventually be good enough,
Hey, it paid off, man. This thing looks dope.
Thanks.
So I mean, and that's the thing. Like,
Thanks.
Yeah, hey, dude. I mean, this thing's awesome. I was like, wow, this guy's insane. But I mean, I get you because you're like, you look at all these masters, you're like, oh, they have all these years behind them, or even still, they took a long time to get there. But if we're doing the same thing, even though we didn't do the same thing. Like you just said, you went through college, high school, you have this, you're delving into that, you're getting into the physics of things, you're getting into the math of things, you're getting the engineering of things, but you're making it into your world, you're conforming things into your art, you're bending rules, you're still advancing your skills, even though you're not in the industry. So the product you put out now is so dope that it's pretty much like you've been doing it the whole time. You know what I mean? So like it's kind of like a weird way that we're doing things here. Like you have the pros that are here, like you got Frega and all, and Ethan. You got all these mainly. They've been doing it for a long time, but even though we haven't been doing it, we still are honed in on our skills because we've been doing other things. Like I
Some
love
of them
doing
are
like
just a
band
bit
art
quieter.
and flyers and stuff. So yeah, we were just quieter, man. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, we're just
It's
like,
simple as that. We're just
Yeah.
too busy.
dude, and life happens, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So would you say this is like you mentioned Star Wars? That was a big thing for you. Would you?
It was.
Were movies like a big part in the
Past tense.
creation of
Yeah.
like what you do and like your
Yeah,
process?
so I always love rattling these off because y'all know them and you love them, and I love that freaking do it. Dark Crystal, Never Ending Story, Labyrinth, Lord of the Rings. Come on, hit me.
Yep. Dude, yeah, exactly, man.
It's those mid 80, late 80 Jim Henson inspired like practical effects. Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And then Hook. Hook was the
like great, dude.
Bangering. Love the Lost Boy architecture. Oh,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. I love those movies, man. And like with me, you got Aliens with Giger and Predator, you know, and stuff like
that. Oh, there's a little bit of Giger in what I'm doing. I'll be honest,
of course, dude. There's gotta be guys like us. We're just like, yeah, Giger, dude. Yeah. You know, Frege doesn't like him, but you know, that's Frege.
You don't have to.
What's up, Michael T? How you doing, man?
What's up, Michael T?
Yeah, and so
over there the other night.
Oh, yeah. And he usually they're streaming maybe tonight. Who knows? He does us Monday morning. You'll be sleeping, dude. But
oh yeah, I'm knocked out, bro.
You'll be knocked out, man. But
knocked out.
So yeah, and one thing that drives me, and I don't know about, I just assumed it was this way for everybody, and I've been finding out it isn't really. I love music, man. I'm very picky though, but I love music. Like I have Pantera's in my intros down, Phil and some on the Illegals, just because I love the heavy stuff, but I also love like Stevie Ray Vaughan. I love classical Brahms, you know, Bach. So what do you listen to music while you draw? Do you put in music, movies? What do you do?
Music is a giant. Let me kind of segue from what I was last saying with art, like tabletop RPGs. I got into video games like soon after all that, and so playing Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross and Final Fantasy VI and all the way through Final Fantasy IX on the PlayStation.
Final Fantasy was big for me. Yeah,
I became locked in immediately. And to be able to get lost in a story, to hear this beautiful music that emotionally drives, good writing, because we didn't have voice acting really good back then, if it was even there. It depended on like visuals, music, and writing, and mechanics. I mean, and that was it. That's what made a good game. And there was just something so pure about that. But then I thought that was the ultimate form of art. So I just went forward with that. So when it comes to music, Yoshida Mitsuda, who did Chrono Cross's soundtrack, by far my favorite soundtrack ever. Listen to it. If you don't know, it's the best video game music in the world by my vote, and I'm not alone. Go check it out. It's incredible stuff. Very emotional, and it has a lot of variety with it. Same guy, same composer. Great stuff. Nice. But, you know, we're all out of our work sometimes, especially growing up. So I grew up basically in the 90s. So it was 90s grunge and metal and, a lot of that. And then in college, it was Sigur Rós. It took the rock level into more of the experimental like level where even the language you're speaking is just phonetic. It doesn't even mean anything. You could try to get it translated, but the lyrics suck. So I'm like, all right, I just like hearing it this way.
Because usually then at that point it's not about what the lyrics are about. It's about the harmony of the words and the lyrics and the tempo of them with the music. Like it's another instrument at that point.
Yeah. And it's falsetto too. So once you listen to it over and over and over again, it's kind of easy to find yourself starting going, oh no, and you're like, oh my god, where did that come from? No. Gotta overcompensate for that. Something in my throat. Sorry.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
But no, I love Sigur Rós because of how triumphant it is. It's like it can take like that subtle moment and it slowly progresses into like sounds like that sound heaven opens up and the angels are sitting there hitting you with every sound and complexity, and it's like dum dum dum. Pull your bass up when you listen to that. It's good.
Nice.
Other than that, but video game music, stuff. I play acoustic and do the karaoke on Global Frequency sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Neff, man. Good dude.
And
He's
awesome.
Freak Girl.
Oh,
Great.
Mavericks
people,
is shipping, guys. Mavericks is shipping.
Dude, I'm still waiting on my Kozor and I'm waiting on my Mavericks.
Oh, I got my Kozor right there too.
Everybody's getting their Kozor, dude. I'm like, where's my Kozor? So mad, dude. I recently got a Skin Crawl magazine by the artist Skinner. If you haven't seen his stuff, check it out, man. He's sick. But but I'm still waiting. I'm waiting. I'm like, I got that already. Where's my Kozor? Everybody's getting it. I'm like, I'm getting mad because I got the black and white and I got the colored one. So, pardon me while I sip my coffee. But yeah, so and that's the other thing, man. Like I said, like I love music, and I usually do like my best work happens actually when I'm listening to music and drawing. Like I have my iTunes on shuffle, whatever comes. Sometimes I skip it, don't. But with what we're doing now, it's almost like you kind of almost like you could listen to music, but you have to have YouTube on in the background and listen to like, you know, what's going on over at Bancroft's, what's going on at Chaotic Grace, what's going on, you know, and listen to what they're talking about. Because you got to keep caught up almost in this lore. Because, dude, if you take a week off from YouTube or even a few days and you jump back in, you're totally lost with what's happening. Yeah. It's so crazy how fast this all moves, man.
But I love it because of that. It's alive.
Dude, it's a breathing entity.
You cannot rest on your laurels here. If you want it, here's where you get it.
Who was it? Somebody had disappeared for a while. It's not Frege, but somebody disappeared for a while, and then they came back, and I was like, "Who's?" Like they noticed all their interactions were gone, everything was gone, and it's like if you disappear for a little bit, a week, 2 weeks, like you got to build back up. Yeah. So like that's why like with you in promoting, you'll know this is your first weekend in promoting. Right?
Yeah, we're not even 24 hours through the first day.
You're almost you're over 4K already. I saw that. I'm like, man, this guy's flying. So
Bancroft, Lord Crackhead, 80s Made, Finatra, you.
I love that.
24 hours.
That's crazy, man.
Can't wait to sleep.
I can't wait to get knocked out, man. Be halfway dead. But
this is fun though. I love this talk, dude. I'm heated. I'm already caught my third win, dude. We're good.
Yeah, good, dude. I'm happy to hear, man. But dude, I love that little trio that they got going on. You got Bancroft and Crackhead, then 80s Made, and it's just a nice little set because Bancroft, you know, very very tactical, very like, hey, we're going to talk about this. This is your book. This is what we're going to. And then Crackhead is more kind of like this, laid back. You know, you're talking like pop culture and all this other stuff.
80s Made let me get nerdy, dude. They let me get digging, dude. I was like, fuck yeah.
Dude, 80s is. Everybody needs to go sub to 80s Made. 80s is dope, dude. He's so much. His channel, like he has the guests on, and anybody can pop in and out, and it's so much fun. It's like he does the drunk streams and stuff. Like I love Crackhead and then the 80s Made thing because it's like it's similar, but it's also polar.
Oh, I love those. Like, there's different. Like you were saying, like Bancroft's tactical. There's one that's kind of like a break. Like maybe they didn't intend for that, but I felt at home over there. I felt at home at Bancroft too. Love you, we
love Bancroft, man. Even though his forehead is ginormous.
Right. We love you over there, but like, there's a tactical thing that we're all working at. Even Bancroft's working for it, you know. And then like coming over to Crackheads, it was like, oh, these are my boys. What's up, guys?
Yeah, Crackhead. Dude, you got the Crack Pack. You got Crackhead, I know Crackhead for a while. He's a friend.
Since he's been blowing up his show with the House of Dragon, that's the other kind of bump there. Like a lot of people get to see some different stuff a little bit, and so there's excitement, you know, the whole way each step you're doing. But it is a tactical difference hitting each three,
and then with 80s. And then you jump into 80s, and it's like, you know, some of them are drunk, some of them aren't, but they still and then they talk about some weird thing they saw on YouTube. Mo drop a link to something, and he's like, "Does this save the show?" Like it's almost no holds barred. Like it's it's out there, and that's why I love that dynamic of that little like thing that they have going on that Saturday night, dude. I was going to stream. I even told the 80s, I'm like, "Hey, I might do a stream tonight, dude. I don't, you know, because sometimes I'll stream late." Then I saw hockey streaming, 80s streaming, I'm like, I can't stream over my friends, dude. So I'm like, and I don't mind sometimes, but I'm like, I'm, you know what? I can't stream Saturdays. I just can't do it. You can't. This is a perfect lineup he got there. Like I said, I love hockey. I know he kind of is up against heavy hitters.
Him up on schedule still. I gotta ask him.
You got to go on that hockey's.
I talked to him on other stuff.
Dude, you got to go on hockey's Pencils at Dawn.
It's
so much fun, dude. It's so
I've been
much
on there
fun.
before.
You were on Pencils at Dawn?
I think he had me and Joe do the speed draw competition that he used to do. Yeah, so
with Pencils at Dawn, he is like it's like a weird amalgamation topic, and then there's like 3 of them that each take like a few minutes. But
I'm game.
Hockey's dude, hockey's great, man. He's a great artist too. Great artist too. That's why I love hanging. Dude. This is what I love about this scene. Like growing up, we all knew. Like, I mean, you came into comics late, and it's fine, but you still knew like of big big talents, big artists, and stuff like that. But now like I'm meeting you, who like this is to me professional work. I'm meeting Hockey, who's blowing up like crazy with his talent. Luke Alietta's getting huge. You got Dan Plagle, who's just amazing at everything he does. Matt Barr. I'm meeting some top tier talent now. You know what I mean? Like these guys are next level, and it's so surreal. Like I didn't really. This was weird. In Ohio, dude, up here, it's kind of not really an artsy area. So
I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, bro. That's where I grew up. I know it.
You know it. So like I didn't have like all those exposures to all these artists. I had a couple artist friends, but not really. I had to move to actually meet more. But hanging out with all these people that are just so unbelievably like this is like I could see the stuff, maybe not like yours, mine, Boob Dan, everybody, not Image. Not even that, maybe Dark Horse, something grittier and just a little cooler. Like Image is kind of cool, but it's kind of like, hey, we're the 90s. But this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? It's just but yeah, so this stuff is more, no, you're all good. But this stuff is literally like if you look at a Dark Horse Presents comic book, you got all these different styles and different stories, and it's just amazing. And that's what this kind of reminds me of, like all of our different styles. None of it is really similar. Like, you see this, you're like, oh, that's Jeremy. If you see my stuff, people like, oh, that's Jason. You see Plagle, it's Boob Dan. Like, without a doubt, it's Boob Dan. But
it's hard to miss that.
It's hard to miss it. But amazing creators. Then you got people like Crackhead and Amanda B and Jim Cox and like all these fans that are just so like just passionate about stuff that they're almost now discovering. This is the greatest thing I've ever been a part of. Like, it really is. It's surreal. And Crack Pack, man, that stuff's just great. I love that stuff, dude.
For sure. I mean, one of my biggest support, Collision Bomb, she's been a big, like every time she sees something she likes, she's like, dude, what's up? You like this book? I was like, yeah. She ends up funding it. Nice. So it's like, that's what's so cool is there's people excited about the things we're doing.
Speak about Diablo. What's up, Bar? How you doing, man?
Yeah. What's up, Matt? How you doing, bro?
How you doing, brother? Yeah, but yeah, dude, it's a great scene that we're a part of, and I love it. And like to people, like they don't know, like we've only known each other like even a couple years or something. We're like, you know what? Let's get you some money. Let's get you funded. Let's get your book out there. Let's make your dreams happen. I can't think of anywhere else. Like if you go to a publisher or something, you're gonna be like, I don't know if I want to publish that. You know what I mean? It's like, but we're just like, dude, this looks so cool. We need it out there, And
I think we're thinking more as the broad. We help the ones around us. We help the ecosystem around us. It helps us. That's Adam West, or no, that's incomplete Adam West. I'm sorry. That's oh goodness, what was his stinking name? Anyway, he revolutionized. That's what the movie Beautiful Mind was. John Nash.
John Nash. Yeah, Adam West is Batman. But
right. That was
Adam West is cool too. No, yeah. Well, we all know.
I used to know the guy's name. Anyway, it was John Nash who ended up revolutionizing this game theory, which is like help the environment. Help your team and yourself. Make the best decisions to help everybody.
Right.
And then you're creating a more healthy environment for everybody to benefit. If any one of your group is just sitting there looking for the big goal and to hell with the rest, then everything blocks out. Everybody kind of breaks apart in the long run. I mean, that guy could isolate himself fine. Like that's different, but
Well, and also if everybody's just looking at the big goal, they're missing the journey, and also they're missing all. Not only that, they may not be putting 100% in because they want that. Adam Smith is the dude's name.
Adam Smith, and then it was John Nash. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good, dude. Yeah, Adam West Smith. Nash. But yeah, like so. If you take too long and you're focusing more on the big picture, like that's why I tell everybody, dude, I'm doing some of the best work I've ever done now. And if it's not my best work, I'm not going to do it. Same with you, I'm sure. If it's not your best work, you'll be like, all right, I got to start over on this page. Forget about it. You know, it's just not up to snuff. And it's something that we're passionate about, but it's not about the bigger picture as much as the little pieces. The little pieces are going to make that bigger picture. And the little pieces are what we need to make great so we can make like the comic itself, which is the biggest picture, the best comic we can do, and a fun story, a fun getaway, a fun thing just for people to, even if it's like a thinker or something heartbreaking, at least it's escapism. It's something that, like you just said, there's a lot of crap going on in this world. It's like you kind of want something to take away from that, people just delve into and think about, maybe even, you know.
I would also like people to take something from that creation though, like after they're done with it, to go back into that crazy stinking world and be able to make it better in some way. You know, I mean, it's no obligation, guys. I'm not trying to change the world, but
he's trying to change the world. Everybody, he's out there. He's.
No, it's not. The story's not that profound. Don't worry about it. Not this. Not in just one book. No, give me some age first. But no, yeah.
Look at this bad boy, dude. Look at this.
You just hope that what you put out is remembered, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and that's what. Yeah, you want to be remembered, dude. And that's one thing. Like, with Absolute One, I was like, no, like it was really tough. But once Crackhead kind of got a hold of it and looked at it, and dude, once he spread the word of mouth, like it just boom, you know. So it got out there, and I was like, man, that's so cool because you want to be remembered. So people are, you know, remembering who I am. I mean, that's really dope, dude. So yeah, we're gonna play your trailer. We're gonna play your trailer. I do it a little differently. I do it as an overlay. That way it's nice and smooth and silky. Yeah.
Dying Days did a bang up job on
that. That's so good, dude.
Right?
Dying Days, great stuff, man. Yeah. I was thinking of hiring Dying Days, and Inkspots is like, let's get Pedro to. I'm like, all right, dude. But yeah, I was
Pedro
Dying Days.
Good trailers too. That one that he did for.
I'm not knocking Pedro. I said I'm not knocking him. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, sure. Yeah.
Pedro does, but Dying Days does some great stuff too. So heavy hitters out there, even in there you go, heavy hitters, even in trailer making. I mean, we got it all over here. So, so everyone knows I'm blind as a bat, and or actually bats aren't that blind, but I'm blind as all get out. So I'm not going to read any of this stuff right here. No offense to the creators or the people making the campaign. Just I can't read it. So how many pages are we looking at here? What do we got? Tell me about like tell me about the meats and potatoes of the book.
Beckon Recourse is a 32-page saddle stitch. Colored book as far as the main A cover. We also offer black and white versions, or what I've been calling grayscale, because that's the technically correct way to say it, because there are gray tones in it. It's not a straight 1 and 0 alpha, or, type of thought there. There's a lot of gray tones, there's a lot of shading and highlight. Right. So yeah, and just enjoy it. It's basically taking the colored version and then desaturating it and then doing extra touch-ups to bring out the best values in the right spots. So technically it takes me a little bit longer to make those, but they are the cheapest ones to get, because they are the cheapest print.
Yep, so, exactly, dude. That's why I love printing black and white.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing is, a lot of people were telling me when they saw it in black and white that it changed the mood in a good way. It was like the colors bring out that kind of JRPG beauty and all that. But when you just get the grayscale, it's like, this is serious now. Take it. It's like there's a different tone with it, and then the values are more more apparent.
Nice.
So I've been getting a lot of kudos for having that black and white version like that.
Yeah, dude. Everyone knows I love black and white, but I get them both usually just because I want them both. I want to look at the beauty of the colors and the set, because there's a lot of work that goes into that alone, and I want to see those great tones and underdrawing. I'm a big fan of like blueprint drawings, so to speak, like the underdrawings and all that stuff. Like, I love Derek Hess. I don't know if you've ever seen any of his work. If not, look it up. But it's kind of like a lot of that stuff. But it's like that's what he does. Like, it's professional.
Can you make me big?
Oh yeah, dude. You tell me you have a piece by him.
So the whole book of Beckon Recourse was done in this kind of format. Like, these are my scribbles. So it's got text and the basic layouts of everything before I got into rendering them.
Nice.
And
dude.
The whole book is done like this. These were my extra pages. That's why they're kind of less developed. There's just line work, not values, but everything else is pretty much valued out in the book and done. So what I was doing with this was feeling it, touching it, rereading, experiencing it, passing it around. Passing it around to other people and seeing, like, does this make sense? Is this cool?
It's kind of like pre-edits in a way.
Yeah. Well, I just made a prototype game, so I made a prototype comic book.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's the way to go about it.
But I've been told I probably need to offer this as a perk, like the print of this.
Dude, yeah, dude.
Unedited.
I would love, dude. Definitely, dude.
Get your page.
Dude, that's something I would love, dude. I love seeing that kind of stuff, man. I love the thought process behind things. Oh, got more.
There you go. So
look at that.
That's the level you're kind of getting. So I'm redrawing all of that. Even though, like I said, I mean, it's just values and stuff and very loose lines. But yeah,
I love that kind of stuff.
It'd be fun.
Sick.
Anyway, yeah. So I've been editing and reworking the script and everything. So yeah, that's the unedited version.
Yeah,
that's my Bancroft.
Bancroft's version. Hey man, he stole the strong hand from me. I've had these little guys.
Oh, you've got strong hands.
Dude, I've had these for years on end, and ever since I first started on YouTube, I've been showing them. So Bancroft stole it from me, and he knows it. I'm just saying, I'm not saying
magnet on one. Have reaching out to his flat one. That's all.
Dude, I'm not saying Bancroft steals all my stuff. I'm just saying he steals all my stuff. But
where's your rollerblades?
They're in the closet. No.
Yes.
No, I'm not. I like women, so I don't rollerblade. But no, dude. And all right, so this is like is it traditional or digital?
It is digital. Traditional approach. So there's not a lot of.
Yeah.
So let me explain that real quick because I've been having some practice to say it quickly without that intro. I'm doing crosshatch and going at it like I would a mechanical pencil and graphite like I normally do, but I'm just doing it in digital because if I mess up with placement or I have to redraw something, I don't have to here. I could just lasso tool it and nudge it into place. But as far as it's basically the same traditional technique I use in pencil. Now, but there's a trade-off. I can get stuck in the details, and I have gotten stuck in the details, and you guys are going to see this. I wanted to manifest this. I didn't want it to be up in the ether. How much detail can you push in? Well, I'm doing it. We're finding the fuck out.
Yeah, dude. Well, you're talking to somebody who does both. Like I do digital and traditional, and I do them the same on both sides. Like, and people are like, people even ask me, what, like artists will be like, well, what nib do you use in digital? I'm like, man, I use the basic bare bones nib, and I squeeze it until that's it.
I don't even use a special brush. It's a round. It's a soft round or a hard round, and I'm mostly cross-hatching and lining with a 0.2 on 11 by 17, 300 DPI.
Yep.
Bancroft mom is like, oh my god, why are you going 0.2? But
hey, because it gets good details in there.
Yeah, I get that crispy. I get that crispy, dude.
Yeah, dude, I love that kind of stuff. But this is the thing, like I tell everybody, I can do that what I can do traditionally too, just like you. You can do it traditionally if you wanted to, but for the means,
which is the plan of the second book.
Nice.
The next book is line work is all going to be my final render pencils, and I do have versions of that to show, but my traditionals, and then I'll just digitally color it. That's what Joe Catapano's approach was with Star Circuit, which, by the way, guys, go to ZADE Studios or go check them out on Twitter. You can still pick up a copy of Star Circuit, I believe.
If Mike could drop that link, that would be dope. Yeah, but yes. But there's like we live in, it's just another tool that we're using. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like we're cheating. People call a lot of, I can't count how many people are like, oh, digital's cheating. It's like, no, you still need to know what to do. You still need to know how to translate one into the other. And the great thing, the great thing about traditional is you could sell the originals on your campaign site if you want. Like that is a plus. Like, don't get me wrong, and I get it. But with digital, like you said, I can actually like, oh, okay, well, I need to actually shrink this down a little more. I don't have to erase the whole thing, and I can just squeeze it, and I'm good. So yeah, but and I'm like I said, I'm a digital dude too, so I don't see it as anything. I don't see it as a crutch or anything. Tool.
No, it's
and these are gorgeous. Tool. And I mean, the amount of detail you put into this is astounding to me alone. And I'm a detail guy, and I'm like, man, how does he freaking like? He's a madman. Look at this stuff.
Took a lifetime of practice.
So sick, dude. I love this.
As far as being a madman. But,
you got to be a madman to look. Oh, man, that's so cool. Look at this. It's like was this like a sun exploding or something? That's so sick. What is that?
Like, imagine if you can suddenly witness a different layer of reality that overlays on top of your own. That all your senses got taken over, and all you can hear is this ring going up your spine and then shattering your consciousness or sense of self. And the only thing you've become is these fractal glyphs that keep shifting and morphing, and it's you and you're it. And then, that's about all I can go on about it.
I like it. I like it. What's up, Courtney? Yeah. But this is, and you're doing everything, right? You're coloring, writing, drawing. Yeah. I love it. I love being a one-man show. That's why I'm firing ink spots. Now, do you have an editor, or are you editing it? Or are you showing it to like your homies, and they're like kind of like, dude, you spelled this word wrong, or something?
I'm
like
self-editing right now as much as possible. I'm reiterating and then reapproaching them over and over and over again. I will get an editor, but only when I need it.
Yeah.
And right now, I've got enough friends and customers that can give me some insight. This looks good. This reads clear. This is that. I want to retain my creativity. When it comes to, no bad talking editors. They are very necessary, and even getting my ideas crafted. This page doesn't look as good as it did if I didn't have actual proper editors kind of saying, hey, don't do this.
Right.
You have to heal. But I don't want to strip it bare to just the bare bones. Well, I want that extra pickle in the plate. I want to give that little extra in it, wherever it may be.
And that's what's great about
I worded it wrong, or maybe I showed it wrong, or maybe but it can't. It shouldn't just be 86 for no reason, just for flavor reasons.
Right.
Like everyone has different flavors.
Well, and that's the thing. That's what we're doing here is like polar up. Like in the main big guys, the editors have like, you have to do this way. With us, the editor would be like, you do it this way. I'm like, well, I don't want to. It's my book.
Right.
Like, and they would just be like, and yeah, it's not like they're not telling us.
The person making that choice falls on their own sword, as it should be.
As it should be. Yeah, that's on them.
That's how they learn.
Oh, I love this so much. I've had a couple times my editor has been like, you need to do this. And I just flat out said, I just can't. That's not how it should be. But you know what? They weren't like, oh, I'm quitting now. They were just like, oh, okay. And that was it. It's not like it's a huge ordeal. They understand this is our project. These are our projects. These are our books. These are our dreams, our passions, our creative, like, just juices that we put into this stuff. This is ours. They're giving their suggestions, and they know that's all that they are. So, like, now when it comes to like being, hey, you spelled, this.
Yeah, right.
Typos. I'll listen to you. Tell me that. Please, okay.
Yeah, give me that. That comma's in the wrong place. Thank you. Yeah.
I need to use a semicolon. I didn't even know what those were. So, okay.
Right. How do you use that properly?
No one knows, dude. No one knows how to use a semicolon properly. So
you cannot have enough of those kind of editors. But the ones that are trying to streamline it for a broader audience is like, I get it at a certain point, and then, I'm not going to tell them I'm not going to listen to them. I'm going to take their insight, and then whatever I end up doing, you better trust their voice is bouncing around my head, because I know they're going to be the one that notices my choice.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So it's always about kind of a respect and mutual awareness that I did listen to you. Here's what I'm doing. And I'm either listening to you, evolving on your idea, or not doing that at all.
Yeah. And that's what it is good.
That's life, man.
Dude, that's life. And that's what is great about the system that we have going on here. We can get feedback from a lot of people, and the editor is just a paid feedback for them. They've been doing it a long time.
Right.
And they understand the medium a little. They see things a little differently than we do. And they might be like, dude, but we can be like, hey, this eyeball is supposed to be like 5 times bigger than the other one. Don't worry about it. It's going to be okay.
Right.
So, and this is dope, dude. I love this so much. Look at that.
Yeah. I mean, I welcome everybody during the campaign, after the campaign, when it funds, dig through it. Like, find the mistakes or find the oddities, find the things that don't work. I need to hear those. I won't be able to. I need those critics. I need the bad. I need the good. I need them all.
I want them, dude. I want them because if we hear that, like, if we hear like what's wrong with it, we make it better. Then, like, that'll make the book better. It's like dude.
I ain't got thin skin. I can listen to you. Like, ain't no thing.
Absolute too. The one guy like gave it a great review, and then he's like, "Here are some of the cons." I was like, "Thank you." I was like, "Cons, thank you," because now I can fix it for my next campaign, my next book, and what I'm doing wrong with the other ones, and it'll just streamline everything even more. And dude, pros do it too in the big guys, so it's not like they're immune to stuff too.
They're forced into it though. There's a difference.
Yeah, they're forced into it.
They're forced into it. We're choosing to do it because it's smart. They have to. Yeah.
What's this stuff, man? Tell me about this.
I'm not sleeping, guys, so if I'm seeming a little fiery.
Hey, hot take, man. 6 for wusses. Crack back, don't stop, can't stop, won't stop. Crack back, bow.
Sorry, what's this? A little hot.
No, you're good.
That is our good segue. That is our chime cube. And the chime cubes are a way that in this town, this kingdom of Tulabanya that's in this giant tree, the way they train their youngsters to use the crystal magic. It's kind of a toy, but it rings and it tunes. Not this one. It's a replica. I can't make crystals ring by thought magic, but that's kind of the basic. And cool thing is that one of our backers did get this. So when they get their load-in collection, which is all the colors of crystals, they'll be able to display them right in it, because that's how the kids use it. They stick their load-ins in there and start doing their magic stuff.
That's cool, dude. Look at that.
Yeah. But a little bit more is why this design, why this shape. They understand geometry and other type of physics at a very early development stage of the planet and their culture. So it's this is a four-dimensional shape with some flourishes, but it's a hypercube or a tesseract. Whatever you want to call it, but it's advanced geometry being made with very primitive materials. So it's sinew that's hand woven by me, and it's got stone beads that adorn all the corners. And like I said, there's chambers right there. You can just stick your little crystal load-ins in there. So yeah, that's what they are, and it makes an appearance in this first book, kind of like a Pavlov's gun situation. Like it shows up now. In the next issue, it shows up again for it's a big catalyst for an event of the next issue. So I only offered one because I knew you guys wouldn't know what the hell it was.
Plus you have to make it. So I mean,
yeah, but it's already made.
Well, no, but I'm saying if you
one, I can make another one.
I know, but if you offer like 15 of them, then you're just sitting there making those.
Right.
Right.
Which we'll talk about that on the next one.
No, but you know what? I think offering just like one is I love that limited type thing, like that special thing that backer gets or that fan gets. It's just really cool. It makes it unique and it makes it more about a specialized project and a fun book.
In the next campaign, I'll make more of them. But for this one, it's kind of spiced it up.
Everybody in the chat knows I'm useless at reading you guys. I usually have Luke here to read it or somebody when I'm on topic list. So I love you all. Hail the chat. Thank you so much for showing up. Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe. By the way, go back this book.
You guys have been awesome.
Link is in the description below as well as pinned to the chat on top.
Crazy Matt, I think, has got Crazy Matt's got one of the load-in shards. That thing, yeah, he grabbed one, I believe. Am I right, Crazy Matt, or am I wrong? I believe he got one. So these things have been catching everybody's attention.
Hold on. If you're holding one up, give me a second.
Yeah. These things have been catching everybody's attention, guys. Oh, dude. Oh, that's the back. Yeah. So that's the one that's the side that faces out.
That's cool.
The close-ups on the page are a little bit crisper for you guys to check out, but that is a belt frog for you to hang on your belt loop or on your belt, or you can bend it out a little bit and it doubles as a stand, so you can just sit it on your desk. So it's pretty cool how that works. See?
That's sick, man.
So, but yeah, it's acrylic cast resin for the shard. I put some blue dye in it, and then the handle is, again, it's that sinew woven stuff that I've got for the chime cube with leather wrap gripping. There's an extra crystal in here, which is the crystal that holds the hover property magic. So that's why the knife is so light.
Sweet.
Yeah, but it's balanced right. It feels stinking good. I love it.
So dope, dude.
I love it.
Dude, man, that kind of, dude, that's what, like, you wouldn't be able to get this. That's crazy that you're making those. How long does it take to make one of those? That's crazy.
About a week.
Cool.
That's giving me a day. Yeah,
that's giving me a day.
Yeah, for touch-ups. Yeah, I mean, it takes time for the shard to actually cure, and then it takes time to make the parts for the handle, and then weave all that together.
Yeah, it's so cool, man. Yeah,
I watched a lot of Lord of the Rings when I did that. I think I did the whole extended trilogy when I did that.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is fantastic, dude. I'm still trying to get through the extended cuts. They're just so long. They're so good though. I'm like, man. Dude, I was bagging and boarding. Dude, yeah, I was bagging and boarding my comics, and I just had the
that's a good movie.
The Fellowship one on, and I'm like, I didn't finish the movie, and I finished bagging and boarding. I'm like, oh man,
yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude.
I'm like, cool, man. These are long.
You still get to watch the hobbits cuddle at the end when you're done. I love it. I get to make jokes.
Yeah, why not, man? We actually enjoy those ones, unlike some other things. So what do you got? Like, are there stretch goals? You got the stretch goals? What do you got?
I don't have many listed, but I'm about to. I was kind of told to use stretch goals as fuel, but the ones you guys have already unlocked are right there. There's 6 a.m. stickers right there. I've got 3 more stretch goals that are hard already done.
Nice.
Just got to get them printed, but they're ready.
No, yeah, everybody's right. You want to use those as like rocket fuel, like you said. So,
yeah.
You want to hold off a little bit.
I've got one in the back pocket for my last one, or my second to last one, but I had to get Mo Biggs's permission. Wink, wink.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. You want to see where your campaign does, and then you're like, okay, well, then I can set my goals at this level. So, all right, we're gonna go over the bit, the everybody's favorite part. We're gonna go over the tiers. So, what's your favorite tier here?
That is all 4 covers of the same book. You're getting 2 colored versions of the book and 2 grayscale versions of the interiors, but you're getting a different cover for each one. You're getting my colored cover and Shant's colored cover. You're getting my grayscale cover, and then Joe Catapano's black and white cover.
Dude, that's a deal. $65? You're crazy. That's awesome. It's a great deal.
And you get one of these crystals thrown into it.
And you get a crystal, dude.
Right.
The
better deal is if you got the secret perks, but if you didn't get those secret perks, sorry guys. The better deal was in you could get the coin.
Well, the secret perks are still up, right? Like I can still get it.
Yeah, they're up.
Okay,
they're
good.
up.
I know I signed the mailing list, so I should have it in my promotionals or something. So I'll back that one. And then you got what? Your basic?
Yeah, if you just wanted to get a book, call it quits and go, you can. I don't advise you to, but you can. It's the shipping is what I'm saying. You're really gonna hit me in the nards if you go for that.
Why? What's your shipping at?
It's $10.15 for the single. For the I actually think for the combo tier 2, it's the same. So that's kind of what I'm saying. Is like I weighed it all. I took a lot of advice from people. I know what that looks like, but we got it figured out. It's
the shipping thing is a big issue with everybody, and I don't understand why, but there's a reason why we charge what we charge with like all the stuff that goes into it. So then, and what's this guy?
That's Joe Catapano's cover. If you scroll down on the main page, I made a mistake.
Say when to stop.
Yeah, I'll tell you when. All right, wait. All right, there it is. All right. So, I made a mistake over these past few hours when I've been launching. I noticed that the picture that I had for Joe's cover was only a zoom in. I didn't actually have his whole cover on there. Sorry, Joe. But
hey, it's all good. Joe's a good dude. He'll understand.
There it is now.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, we're only $90 away from breaking 5,000.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
And
dude, that'd be nice if you get that today.
So,
it'd be really nice if you get that today. Now, I'm not saying it'd be nice if you get it this stream, but that's not going to happen. I don't have the kind of a following. But not saying you guys would chat are great. We love you. But
Collision Bomb's throwing that out. So I was like,
I hope you guys get it today. So you got the Joe Catapano cover.
And you can buy those as packs too. Later down on the tier list, you can actually buy like couple packs where you can get one with another one. Okay. And again, I'm just trying to say, you want to get 2 books at a time, fine. You're paying the same shipping if you got 4. Just saying, and a crystal thrown in there. Just saying.
Right? Dude, there's a reason why the featured tier is the featured tier. It's the best bang for your buck. You know what I mean? Like, it's what you want to back. If you want the books, you know what I mean? Like, if you want traditional art and all that stuff, you're looking at more expensive stuff. But if you want the campaign, back that featured tier. You know what I mean? You're going to get the best bang for your buck. You're going to get everything you want. You're going to get the story. You're going to get the fun covers. It's going to be great. Everybody should check it out. And dude, at 65, it's an amazing deal. It really is.
I mean, the art, like, I like my wrap cover. That's awesome. But it's Shant and Jetty's watercolor cover.
Dude, and Jetty. Shant is so good, dude. It's disgusting.
And then Joe's artwork is just, it's got that attitude. It's got that action. I told him, give me an action cover. He's like, okay, what's the action? I took him through the book, and he was like, okay, got it.
Dude, I love Joe's stuff. I got Star Circuit, man. I even bought a piece. I bought a piece from him during one of the auctions one time. You know, I really like Joe's work. Just trying to read who's here. Just welcoming. So what's this one? Who's this?
That's mine. That's my rap cover.
Okay, cool. Like I said, dude, I can't.
You're good.
I didn't do like this. Really.
I'm right with you. So that's the Shant and Jetty, the variant A. The single book, and the one under that is the couple. That's my that's the Tevanot, which is my last name collection. So it's got the colored version of my wrap cover and color interiors and the grayscale version.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, so that's a good one to get because you get the combo of you get the colored and the black and white. So if you don't like any of the other guys, you just like Jeremy here. You're like, I just want his stuff. That's kind of the one you want to get. You know, because that's got the colored and the black and white, which I'm gonna get the featured. I'm gonna get the secret perk, but I'm not worried about it. So when I get paid, dude, I'm backing. So
all right, and then this one is the variant collection. So this is just Shantan Jetty's colored version, and then Joe Catapano's.
So people was like, screw that Jeremy guy. We hate him.
Right.
But we like everyone else. This is what you want. I got you.
Yeah.
Clever.
Yeah.
You got something.
You don't have to like me. It's the art.
No. You got something for your haters. Look at that. There's no excuse now not to back this book, this campaign. You don't have any excuse. What you got
and then that one is the Art Bros collection because me and Joe Catapano do Art Bros every week when he can. And I mean, he's been a big friend, part of my life since high school, and we've worked together, we've lived together, and now we're doing like shows together. And he's the one
that's
who
cool
me
because you guys have two totally different styles. So that's really dope that you all have been knowing each other that long and your styles are that vast. Usually they kind of rub off.
Push each other. It's a push. It's
good to have that kind of a friend, man.
Yeah. So that's what that one's for. That if you love the Art Bros, that's the one you want. And then this one is the the color edition. So if you want both Shantan Jetty and my cover, and both are the same colored comic book on the inside, go ahead, go for that one. Go for the gold. If you want to stick it to those black and white guys, go ahead.
Stick it to them.
Yeah. So then this one, there's only 3 of these left. There were only offered 6, but you get all 4 books, that collector's edition. Mm-hmm. But you also get a pencil sketch portrait. It's graphite, done on Bristol board vellum at 8.5 by 11 of one of the characters in the book. So, and I have, I was given, I had these as for giveaways for the backers. So here's what that looks like.
Oh, look at that, dude.
That's Inglorious Rex.
So good.
And the tweet's on Twitter, so you can actually kind of zoom up into it and see the graphite textures and stuff.
His Twitter handle's down below, everybody. So if you haven't subbed to him, go ahead and do it. Yeah.
But so it'll be at that quality.
That's really good. And then you got sold out stuff.
Yeah. It's that cube and that knife, dude. Now here's something I'm gonna be probably adding. I'm gonna be probably adding a couple more perks. Now I didn't expect to sell out of that stuff that early. So nice. I did have other ideas for perks. The big thing that I want everyone to understand is that you can get the whole crystal collection, or you can get one crystal in the add-ons for $5. You can get all 7. Oh, hold on a second. You can get one. Hold on. Let me show the better ones.
Yeah, show them, man.
All right. So you can get one of these crystals for $5, and they come in assorted colors, or you can get the whole collection, which is 7 of them, only in the add-ons though, add-on function. So buy a book, go to the add-ons. Now, the cover, the wrap cover, the colored one.
Yeah.
That is also offered in the add-ons as a poster.
I was about to ask about add-ons. Go ahead.
An 18 by 24 poster of the wrap cover.
Now, is that everybody has to ask? I don't care either way, but is that folded or rolled?
It is rolled in parcels because I have I have 2 bathrooms, and one of them is completely full with 400 parcel tubes. I need my bathroom back. Buy these posters.
Buy the posters.
So on that, they're not going to be printed on very thick paper because I know that's hard to unroll. So that's also why they're only $15 and free shipping. So do it.
What's this?
The sketch card? I haven't given an example for it yet.
No, that's perfect, dude. I love it.
Yeah. I was like, here, woo.
I love it. That's what I love. I love stuff.
That's not what you're getting. Trust me. I have more pride than that.
No, that's what unless somebody specifies that's what they want.
It'll probably be on the back of the actual card.
So this,
I'll draw it on one side and put the smiley face on it. So you guys, you don't remember, you're like, are you fucking serious? And then flip it over.
So you're offering this is the poster right at 15?
Yeah,
That's
free
a good
shipping.
deal, dude. What?
Free shipping.
Do you hate yourself?
No, I want you all to get it. I want you all to tell it on the mountains.
Man.
I want you all to scream it in the big guy's faces. This guy freaking rocks. What are you doing?
Your art screams that alone, dude. But I mean, come on, free ship. That's a deal. It's 18
I've got the parcels. I've already done that part.
15. Yeah, but you got to ship it still.
I get that part. But
No,
that's
dude,
why
that's
it's
a
in an
great deal.
add-on, right? That's why it's in an add-on. If that makes sense. So there's a little bit of leeway to actually get me into that, and it does eat into me, but
it's gonna.
That's why it's an add-on.
But
that's why I have to make a tier for it.
No, this is dope. And honestly, I mean, that's a crazy price, a crazy deal. I think no matter what tier you get, that's a great deal. And then you got your shards here. I like the collection. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yep.
That's nice.
Cast molded silicone mold I made, and then I pour the acrylic. Yep. And then color them with the dyes.
Yeah, I like that you got add-ons, man. People do love them. And great values. Great values.
Mostly in house. Except for the prints, So right now, I just got to get a printer locked down, and everything's fulfillable already. I already know what I got to do.
Nice, yeah, dude, gorgeous work. Ever since, and I got to shout out to Boob Dan. He's the one that showed me your stuff first. So
thanks, Boob Dan.
Yeah,
Mr. Plago, thank you.
Plago showed it to me. I'm like, dude, this guy is a madman. I'm like, this is amazing. When he showed it to me, so I think we were. Like it was either in Discord or I think we were backstage from after a stream, but yeah, dude, I was like, I can't wait for this book. It's gonna be sick, dude. Everybody needs to go check it out. Like I said, link below, link in the description. Yeah,
my aim is if you like the art and the story was intriguing enough to carry you through every page, and then you read a second time, you're like, oh, all this cool stuff, and you're able to tell a friend, hey, you like comics, you like art. Here, check this out. I mean, there's digital digital versions come with any physical purchase of those. So
you're offering digital PDFs to anybody who backs.
To anybody who backs a physical book, yes.
Right.
I don't offer digitals as a different tier right now. And the only thing is, it's only the digital of the color with my cover. I don't think it's fair to the rest of the guys that kind of like.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. The variant covers and stuff. It should just be your cover in the book.
If you're gonna bootleg mine. So that's where I'm at.
Well, here's the thing. That's actually a good idea because, you're like, hey, if you're gonna put at the same time, they gotta back the book still. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they're just paying $10 for the digital and then they can just bootleg it. They gotta pay whatever
your friends. If you do it. It's advertising for me.
You still
I'll lock it up.
Yeah,
I'll lock it up more than next.
You still sell a book in the process, and that's what's awesome. Yeah, like I said, great campaign. I mean, you've been doing this you've been at it for drawing for a while. How long have you had this? You were in pre-launch 6 months, as usual, or was it did you have this built up before then, hyping it up before the pre-launch?
Yeah, I've been kind of hyping it up for the better part of a year and a couple months. I had it up for a while, and then I was like, I heard after 6 months, if you don't launch, they take your emails down. So I went ahead and changed it. I took it down and then reopened a new one under the same name. And so I kept that CVC or CVS file or SV, whatever.
Yeah, the CVS file, whatever it is. Yeah.
I kept that over here, and then I created a new one and accumulated that one. And then I merged them together. I had to do so many things because of my anxiety. I later found out didn't have to do that. So
that's the thing. Everybody, even I was told 6 months. You have 6 months, and I guess apparently, I guess you don't you have forever. I don't know.
I don't
know anymore. But you're better off downloading the SVQR CVS file and just keeping it and then launching another one after 6 months. I think because you can name it the same thing. And if people know, hey, I launched a new one, don't you? If you signed up already, you're already signed up. Plus, they already signed up. But yeah, it's the best way to go about it. I think safest way to go about it. Yeah. So yeah, and that's the way to do it though. If anybody out there is planning on launching a campaign or wants to do a campaign, do it the way he did it because you want to hype it up before your pre-launch, even get some word out there, get a little hype going. Get a little whispers in the ear. Yeah.
Here's how I hyped it: is I started drawing it. I did those layouts, and then I started drawing it on my own YouTube channel.
That's how you do it.
Slowly, people started coming in and making fun, and Mo Biggs was keeping me humble and everything, and they're questioning me the whole way. I mean, it took forever. And I've only got 8 pages left. So
I was about to ask how. Oh wow, so you're done pretty much. Like you said, you got 8 pages. 8 pages of art, or 8 pages of art and lettering.
Art and lettering.
So the whole thing is drawn and lettered.
8 pages away from being done with art.
Wow.
How about that?
Okay. So how much is it then? You got to letter it, or
yeah. I'll be attacking the letter.
Dude, I hate lettering so much.
It's a different skill, man.
It's just not the most.
Based.
It's not the most creative one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's what I mean by function based. Yeah.
It's not the most creative one, man. And like when I get bored after
it can be.
It can be. I get bored after a while. I'm just like I'll letter like a couple pages, and I'm just like, all right, I really want to draw something now. Like, please, I mean, just I'll draw 2 or all whatever. I don't care. Yeah, but there he is. There's 80s, man. Speak about it.
80s, man?
What's going on, 80s, man? Good to see you.
Is there a stretch goal if it reaches 5K? I don't know yet. I mean, it's kind of hanging there right before 5K, but we're still under 24 hours, and that stuff's gasoline.
I would wait. Hold
the line.
Yeah, hold the line, man. Hold the line. It's like you already have a stretch goal that's unlocked, right? So 6 a.m. So at what goal did that unlock? Because I didn't look at it.
You guys blew past my goal so far. I was like, there you go. Like the price I had for it, it was way past it by the time that even became a question.
Well, you got funded in what, like an hour?
25 minutes.
Well,
I think it's what Bancroft said. If you want to actually go through and find out, but I think he's accurate. Nice. It's not at the beginning of the show because I still had a little bit before I was on, and then I had to send the email out. I think he's timing from when it launches to when it's funded, and it was about 25 minutes.
Yeah, it'll hit 5K pretty soon. I would hold up, like you said. So it got funded on Bancroft's, or
Thank you,
hey, what's up, Eric? Kind of disappointed.
Thank you all. It was all you in the chat.
I would rather it get funded on Crackheads just because Bancroft's a hack. But hey, he's streaming over me. It's his fault. He's drawing backers away from you at this point, all because of Camel Moon, dude. I mean, really?
I haven't checked to see if Camel backed me or not.
Well, I don't think his real name is Camel Moon, so I mean...
Yeah, right. How would I know?
Yeah, he might have. I know I backed Camel. I backed you. I'm very selective now, though. Like, I don't know how many... Dude, because at the beginning, dude, I'm over 200 campaigns that I backed because I was going gung-ho in the beginning. Yeah. But I'm very, very, very selective now on what I back. I got to love the art, and the concept has to be... Not the story, just because I may not be able to read it, but the concept has to be sick, you know? So interesting, intrigue me, and up my alley. Like, it just has to be there. Like, and this kind of stuff is this fantasy, like you said, Dark Crystal, Lord of the Rings. I mean, you name it. That's in my wheelhouse. It's fantasy. I used to play D&D. Dude, I played D&D for like 12 years. You know, since I was from 10 to 20, early 20s, I played D&D. So this is my jam. You know, this is sick stuff, and the amount of detail and care that you put into this, like you could tell you love doing this. That's what I like. You could tell looking at one of these pages, you like, this guy really loves this craft. Otherwise, he wouldn't spend this much time in pouring over a page. So
it lights my path.
Yeah, nice. So I mean, you have anything else that you want to maybe talk about? Something I didn't ask you. What's your favorite tree? I don't know. What? You have
I did draw you.
You
for
drew
another
me?
giveaway. Yeah. I think Rocafort put you in his last Groken 2 comic, except the hair.
Oh, that's great. That's still good, dude. That's fun.
I love it, man.
Good stuff, man. Yeah.
I saw the glasses and I'm like, who in the beard? Let's go.
Yeah, because can't even see with the glasses. That's what's funny. But yeah, dude, everybody,
thank you so much, man.
Go back and I actually have one more question.
Yeah, shoot.
Tip of my tongue. It's been there for a while. How long have you had ZADE Studios?
Since 2016.
Now, did you purposely do it in spite of Phil?
I had no idea he existed. The fact is, ZADE is the name of my dog that I had in high school that me and my buddy named him, and he lived all the way through to my college days and then passed.
Oh man!
So
yeah. Okay.
That's why the logo of ZADE Studios is kind of like husky head with the paint drip.
See that, Phil? So, his has a little more meaning behind it. That's how you name a studio, Phil. Not because you just flip letters around.
So I had it since 2016, and to be honest, out of respect for Phil, if him and his brother do feel uncomfortable, or the smart business thing is to let me follow my own sword and sue me, but I'm probably going to be publishing this under our Tevenot Publishing that I got established just to make sure, out of respect. You're
the
I know, but hey, I didn't even know they existed. But
to me, it's just a funny topic because every time I see ZADE in there or somebody says, "Oh, ZADE's here," I'm just like, which one?
Yeah, my ZADE Studio logo will still be on there, but I'll also have Tevenot Publishing.
No, dude, I like ZADE Studios. There's nothing wrong with that.
Because Phil and his brother, those guys are great. I didn't mean, if there's any competition there on accident, my bad. It's
great if you
didn't know. So
if you like Giants, they're great, I guess.
Yeah.
There's a little thin up there, so they're a little. But yeah.
I got myself covered on that.
I was curious as to why ZADE when ZADE was so I was curious about it. But yeah, all right, I cleared that up for me. So anybody else, if you had questions, I'm sorry I didn't highlight them or talk about them because I can't see it. So but no, link is in the description below for the book as well as for his Twitter handle. Go follow him. Go back the book. If you can't back it now, click the little heart and follow it. So when he does an update, it'll kind of remind you, hey, I got to back this book, or share.
Jingle bells, Beckon sells. Come on, fund my book.
Tis the season. Tis the season. Come on now. Yeah. So let me hit my buttons here. But I got it. I'm an idiot. Everyone, go back Frog G. Link is in the description below as well for that. We still are Shadow Band. Yeah, I guess. But we are Shadow Band still. But you can still, even if you Google Frog G, you come up with his Twitter, so that's kind of good. But links below for that too. Let me see where I'm at with my buttons. All right, I think it's this one. All right, I'm going to close it down now. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you for coming. Hail the chat.